Well, experts say a playbook exists on how to generate money by providing limited care to vulnerable seniors.
The spotlight on Maryland's Gary Collins continues his investigation into senior trafficking, examining how it could impact anyone.
I mean, these traffickers, they have no morals. They will recruit anywhere they can.
On March 3rd, 2019, Baltimore police found 85-year-old Daniel Jenkins dead on Edison Highway in the city's east side. Court records show the elderly man who had dementia wandered away from the unlicensed assisted living home on North Luzerne Street, where he's placed 4 days earlier. For nearly 12 hours, no one reported him to police as missing. A statement of facts obtained by Spotlight on Maryland said Jenkins' daughters were told he was fine, adjusting, and out with staff when they couldn't reach their elderly father through the facility. Court records say days earlier, one of Jenkins' daughters told staff, "Take care of my daddy." But Jenkins wasn't with staff. Instead, he was in this East Baltimore block, cold, alone, and found dead. An autopsy report that we reviewed showed that he died of hypothermia. This case, a rare Maryland prosecution, provides a glimpse of a playbook for operators of unlicensed assisted living facilities, an investigation our team has spent months studying.
The fact that it is under the radar makes it more serious because we just can't get a hold of it. We cannot get our head around what's happening and be able to act in a preventative way.
Anna Thomas, executive director of the National Center for State and Tribal Elder Justice Coalition and the prior manager at the Georgia Department of Human Services, says the underbelly of senior trafficking in Maryland and nationally is powerful and growing. She was an advisor for a 2023 law that made it a felony to operate an unlicensed assisted living facility.
So I do see a pattern, a playbook, if you will, amongst the traffickers. They do have a well-oiled machine. It's a type of funneling situation where seniors are funneled into these underground operations. And once they're into these homes and it's like an underground network, it's really hard for them to get out of that cycle.
It sounds like what you're saying to me is that there almost seems to be a loosely connected network.
It seems that these traffickers or these owners of unlicensed homes, they all seem to know each other. And they do trade these individuals on a basis of like you would trade a baseball card or like you would trade any sort of, thing that you really value.
Thomas says senior traffickers see vulnerable seniors as a cash cow. How are these facilities making money?
They're making money by operating under the table. A lot of their money that's coming in is tax-free. They aren't listed as being in a business, so they don't even have to really report.
In Jenkins' elder abuse case, prosecutors said unlicensed assisted living operator Asa Ina Ita housed more than 100 full or nearly full vials of residents' prescription medication inside her car. Workers told investigators they were paid $50 a week under the table and lived in the same rooms as the people they were supposed to supervise.
It is a racketeering enterprise. And if looked at in that way, it kind of sheds light on the seriousness of what this is. Yes, this is money, and yes, this is government benefits, but these are people.
Thomas and Dorinda Adams, Maryland's former director of Adult Vulnerable Services, agrees that senior traffickers operate a recruitment pipeline, pulling seniors from hospitals, homeless shelters, adult day programs, jails, churches, and even public benefit offices. You've seen these people in their most vulnerable state. Can you share one of those examples with me?
I know our local teams that would sometimes go in to investigate, and there would be sometimes 14 to 20 people living in a basement with basically nothing.
These experts warn traffickers know Maryland and the national senior care system is facing significant cracks. They say without immediate enforcement, prosecution, and government action, the cracks may turn into a full failure and deaths like Jenkins.
It is, the perfect storm of having not enough services for these individuals, an aging population that we really aren't sure what to do with.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.